Yung load analysis. So, sa seismic, baka di-discuss dito kasi meron naman kayo earthquake, diba? So, in wind load analysis, meron tayong tatlong methods. One of the method is yung tinatawag natin na panel design method. Panel design. Yung provide ng table nyo sa kanya. Kailangan nyo ng table. Sa tingin nyo, kailangan nyo ng table na yun. Provide nyo. Kung hindi kailangan kayo. Wala kayong copy ng ano, NCP. Libre wala kang copy. Fourth year na kayo. Parang hindi nyo pakabisa ng provisions ng code. Person to be structure individual. Ano ka eh? So, we have the basic parameters ng ating window. Meron tayong dalawang method. Coverage ng wind load, yung tinatawag natin na wind loads on the MWFRS and saka wind loads on the CC. MWFRS, that is meant by moment wind force resisting systems. Okay, moment wind. Sabihin, the structure system na magre-resist ng mga wind pressures. So example of that is yung combination ng columns and beams. Okay, basically sila yung nag-cause ng nag-resist ng moments. Diba? Pag sa beam, usually nag-draw tayo ng shear and moment diagram, determine the maximum load, then design the reinforcement. Wind loads on the C sub C or CNC, that means components and cladding. Usually mga walls, the parapet. So yun yung mga structure under the components and cladding. So, ito yung procedure provided by the code. Ating NC. Wind directional procedure for the MWFRS. So, this procedure is applicable for enclosed, partially enclosed, and open buildings of all heights. Sabihin, pati yung mga skyscraper, high-rise building, pwedeng gamitin ang method na ito, wind directional procedure. So first step here is you determine the risk category of the building. So you see the table 103-1. So hanapin yung table 103. Doon yung malalaman yung risk category ng building. Pangalawa, determine the basic wind speed. That is the V for the applicable risk category. So yung wind speed natin, bawat region meron tayong wind speed. Ayan, mga. Suppose meron kayong copy ng NSC. Okay. Okay. ito yung mga mapa natin. No? Wind speeds or with tinatawag natin na wind directional speed. Kung saan yung location ng project, hanapin nyo sa mapa, then you're going to determine what is the prevailing wind speed. So in the case ng Cotabato City, nasaan ba si Cotabato? Ha? Nasaan si Cotabato? So radio to 7. Ito. Yan. Ito. Ganito ang pagkadyan, ba? Ito. 300. Ito sa amin sa Densa, 300. Ito, dito is yung ating Davao del Norte. So, yun yung po natin topography, wind topography or wind hazard. Walang. Palawan. Wala silang wala. Wala silang hangin. Wala. Kung saan ang hangin daw. Ano ka ng Cotabato? Okay, so that is figure that 207. So pangatlo is you determine the wind load parameters, K sub D. Then the exposure category. Itong K sub D, makukuha natin sa table 207. So i-provide niya, diba? Exposure category, topographic factor, gas effect factor, ito. Exposure classification. So after determining the wind load parameters, you're going to determine the wind velocity, pressure, coefficient. That is your K sub Z or K sub H. Then determine the velocity pressure, K sub Z and K sub H. Then its external pressure coefficient. So nakadepende kung ano yung external pressure coefficient natin. Kung if that is for walls, double frames. So ito yung mga corresponding na mga figures nila. Then after that, the last procedure is to calculate the wind pressure on each building surface. Okay, so I have this sample problem, a high-rise building, one story. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That is a 10-story building. This is 4 meters, 3 meters. Okay, right? Lumapit na ngayon. Kahit natin yung street. So, unang-una, we are going to determine its determine natin yung wind load parameters. Okay? So, we're going to determine the wind load parameters. Wind load parameters. So, first is yung risk category. Sa atin makikita yung risk category. Okay, the occupancy of this building, high-rise building is office building. So, you try to look your table 103. Dash 1. Ano ang kanyang occupancy? Hanapin sa kanya sa topic. That is category number 4. Standard occupancy. Then next is wind speed. Ano yung wind speed natin? We assume that the location of this project is in Cotabato City. So what is the wind speed of Cotabato City? 270 kilopascal. Convert that into meter per second. Ilan yan? Convert into meter per second. That is 75 meter per second. Then, yung ating wind directional factor, K sub D, that is your wind directional factor. Our K sub D is assumed to be 0.85. Okay? 0.85. Wind directional factor, K sub D, that is located in the table 207A-6-1. Kaya hanapin niyo yung table na yan. This is table 207A-6-1. So that is buildings mean wind force system. So that makes our K sub D is equals to 0.85. Okay, that's 0.85. Then next is the exposure. Exposure category. No, it's not even. You will be the one to pabilisan kayo ng ones. Imagine nyo, 1 or 9 sa mga. One or 9 yan. So it's a matter of your speed and mastery of your course. Life is a game. If you don't run, you will trample. Sabi ni Dr. Virus. Life is a race. If you don't run, you will be trampled. Okay, next is exposure category. So you look for the section 207, A7. Okay, natin natin si section 207, A-7. Yeah, section 207, A.7. Hanapin natin yung kanyang exposure. So one of the exposure natin is yung exposure B. Meron tayong exposure C and exposure D. Exposure C at saka yung exposure D. Usually itong exposure given it is a problem. Anong type na exposure? Kung masyadong marami, surroundings ng isang building, sabihin yung highly urbanized, so that is exposure B. Pag konti lang yan siya, exposure C. Pag wala sa nabanggit sa exposure B or exposure C, then that's exposure D. Okay. So yung exposure natin, that pertains to the roughness. Exposure B referring to the roughness. Exposure D, that is the roughness D. Then roughness or exposure C, that is the roughness C. So in this case, our project is nasa exposure, exposure B. Next is the topographic factor, K sub ZT. Okay. Next is the topographic factor, K sub ZT. So you look for table 207.8-1. Sabi natin yung table na ito. Table 278. Okay. So this one is our table. Topographic multipliers for exposure C. So ito ibig sabihin ng ating topographic factor. Okay. Pag escarpment, the direction of the wind, pag mayroong bundok, so that is being sped up, upwind, and then this one is the downwind. Pag naka 2D ridge or 3D, asymmetrical hill, pag ganito yung asymmetrical, so that is this is the direction is upwind and downwind. Okay. If in a case, the site conditions and locations of the structures do not meet all the conditions, then we are allowed by the code to use the value of K sub ZT is equal to 1.0. But we can use the formula K sub ZT is equals to 1 plus K sub 1, K sub 2, K sub 3. So this K1, K2, and K3 can be determined from this table. K sub 1, K sub 2, K sub 3. Now, what is this H over L over H? Okay. Itong H over L sub H. Yung H natin represents this. Ito, H. That's the height of the mountain. Ang L natin is 1. From this point up to this point, the location of the building, and this also from the symmetrical, pagbuntok yung ginagamit natin, symmetrical yung bundok, as the L sub H. But if in the absence of data, you can use 1.0. Okay, you can use 1. Okay, so our case of ZT, the absence of data, we allow to use 1.0. And then G, our gas effect factor. Gas effect factor. Now, what will be the value of our gas effect factor? G. Okay, determine natin yung gas effect factor. 0.0789. 0.70.9. Well, no? Gas effects. Now, the formula for determining the gas effect. Sana ko para this is the formula of the gas effect. The gas effect factor, so that is 0.925, 1.7 I sub G, then G Q multiplied by capital Q, 1 plus 1.7 small letter g, then I sub z. Okay. You try to explore this one. Solve natin yung value ng this. Okay. Our g is equals to 0.925 multiplied by 1 plus 1.7 g q multiplied by I sub z multiplied by q over 1 plus 1.7 g. Oh, 1.7. Wala ba? Wala ba siyang bar? Correct daw. Wala siyang 1. 1.7. I sub z. Okay. So 1.7. Now, what is the value of I sub z? Your I sub z is given by this formula, C multiplied by 10 over z bar raised to 1 over 6. Okay. What is z bar? Your z bar is 0.6 h. What is h? What is the total height? 4 plus 9 times 3. This is 9, so 27 plus 4, 31. So that is 31 meters. So 0.6 times 31 is equals to flat. Nag-list, di ba matapos tayo? You cooperate. 0.6 times 31. 18.6 meters. Compare natin sa 9.14. Okay, that's the comparison. So which is greater than, so must be okay. Then compare natin sa Z minimum. Yung Z minimum natin na plus 9.14 based sa ating table 207A-9.1. Sa yung table natin. Exposure natin is B. What is the minimum? Z sub minimum is 9.14. If the exposure is C, so you have 4.27. The exposure D is 2.13. Okay? So 9.14. And your C, what's the value of C? What's the value of C? 9.9. The value of C is based from this table, that is 0.30. Okay, 0.30. So, ano ba ano? So, then you can solve now the I sub Z. That is 0.30 multiplied by 10 over 18.6 raised to 1 over 6. If halimbawa yung Z bar nyo is lesser than the Z minimum, use the Z minimum. So I sub Z is equals to lesser than sa 9.14, which is the minimum. So use the 9.14. What's the value of I sub Z? 0.27. So meron tayong value nito. Ano ko lang dito? Meron ng I sub Z. Ito, G sub Q. Ito yung capital Q. G sub V. Pilat niyo sa top. May kita. Dito lang galing yung formula na yun. Okay. Your G sub Q and G sub V can be taken as 3.4. Okay? 3.4. So meron na tayong value ng G sub V, G sub Q, meron ng I sub Z. So what is unknown is yung Q na lang. Paborito ni Dipakwan. Sana ako po siya.
Formula ng class.
Ay, hello? Yun nga, yun dapat ba ka na? 1.7 naman sa akin. Ito, ginamit ko dito. Diba, parang sabi na walang 1. Yung sabi na walang 1.
Ako.
1.7. Merong 1. Ito, this is for the rigid buildings. Ito is for flexible. Okay? Rigid building. Ito kasi nag-box yun lang. Okay, so next is yung value ng Q. Ito yung Q. Value ng Q natin. Paborito ni Department. Para wala natin yung 1. L sub C. L sub C, that is L multiplied by Z bar over 10. L, ilan lang Z prime natin? Prime Z bar. Diba 18.5 ayan? Ayan? 18.6. What is our epsilon? This is epsilon. Unknown. What is the L? Constant. Meron ka ng constant. Hanap. Balik ka sa 207 naman. Ayan. Sayang L. That is 97.54. 97.54. The epsilon is 1 over. So, ilan ang value ng L sub Z? So, L sub Z, ano nasolve nyo? 97.54. 97.54 multiplied by 18.6 divided 10 raised to the epsilon is 1/3. So what's the value? Oh, it is. 120? 120.6. So meron ka ng value ng I sub Z. What is B? What is H? Your H is 31 meters, di ba? Your B is on base scale. That is the width of the building. So as given, that is 9 meters, 9 meters. So that is 18. So our B is 18. So what is now the value of Q? It's not the value of Q. Oh, square root of 1 plus 1 plus divide 1 plus 0.63 times B is 18, H is 31. 0.86. Okay. So 0.86. So you solve now your J. So 0.925 multiplied by 1 plus 1.7. What is G? 3.4 ba? Then I sub Z, that is 0.27. Then times 0.86. You divide by 1 plus 1.7. G is 3.4 times 0.27. Ayan. What's the value of G?
0.85.
0.85. That's the value of your G. But in the case, hindi kayo nare-require to compute detailed ng value ng G. The code allows the use of 0.85. Okay. Pwede tayong gumamit ng 0.85. Next. Ang next na procedure. Next is enclosure classification. Okay, enclosure classification. Ano ang classification mo ba ng ating building? If ever, walang given na data, available na information, so we can conclude that your building is enclosed. Pag sinabi natin enclosed, totally enclosed yung building. Okay? Pag partially enclosed, meron siyang walls, meron siyang mga bintana. Pag open, that is totally open buildings. Okay? Just like yung warehouse. Yung warehouse natin is totally enclosed building. Okay? Yung residential, that is partially. Okay? Yung covered court, that is open buildings. Yeah? Kasi naka-aircon man yan. Yung mga open buildings. So then next is internal pressure coefficient. That is the GCPI. So you look for the table 207 11-1. Hanapin natin yung table na yan. Ano? Ayan. So internal coefficient, GCPI. Okay, open buildings partially enclosed. So we assume that our building is enclosed. So the value of our GCPI is positive 0.18 and negative 0.18. Okay? And malapit na.
Paano mo yung sila magamit?
Yun lang, moment counter natin. Sinusundan natin yung procedure. So after nun, step 4, determine the velocity pressure, exposure coefficient, that is your K sub Z and K sub H. So we look for the table 207B 3-1. Hanapin mo Ryan. Saan yung table na yan? Sana? Ha? Hindi yan. Table A ba yan? 8.3? B naman siya. B. B. Sabi na siya. Yun. Di ba siya? Table C. 207 na yan.
Ayan, sir.
So height versus the exposure. Exposure natin is B. Diba? B. Now, to determine the velocity pressure, we're going to use this formula. May formula na yan. K sub Z 0.613 is 1. 0.613 K sub Z, K sub ZT, K sub D, and your velocity. And the unit of measurement is Pascal. Okay, Pascal. And make sure that your velocity is in terms of meter per second. Kaya kinuha natin yung 270 kilopascal. Yun. Okay, may print ang formula.
Sir, grabe.
Yun lang, pag-usapan natin ang formula. Magandang formula.
Ito ko na hindi magagamit.
Yun lang. Okay. So, ito yung ating height above the ground level. So, starting with 0 to 4.5. So, ano yung height natin? No, starting from the ground.
0.
Ah. Di ba yung pa natin is, first natin is 0 to 4 meters. So, our value is 0.57. Tama ba? Now, the next height ng building natin is, ano yan? The next height building. 4. So, 4 plus 3 is 7. So, that becomes 7. Now, this is 6 meters and 7.5. Nasaan si 7? In between nila, within this value. So, therefore, you're going to have this linear interpolation. Okay? Linear interpolation. So, 0.62 minus x over 6 minus 7 is equals to 0.62 minus 0.666 over 6 minus 7.5. What's the value of x? That is your value. 0.57. Anong value niya? Show nyo. Then, next floor. 7 plus 3 is 10. Diba? 10 na. Saan si 10? 9 between the 12. Calculate na naman. Calculate this. Then 10 plus 3, 13. Saan si 13? 12 and 15. Plus another 3, 16. So between the 15 and 18. Plus 3, 19. Between 18 and 21. Plus 3, 22. So between 21 and 24. Plus 3, 25. Saan si 25? Between 24 and 27. Plus 3, 28. Between 27 and 30. Plus 3, 31. So between 30 and 36. Okay, yan ang value dito. Ano mag-interpolate? Okay. Sige. Example itong 31. Between 30 and 36. And this is the value of 30.99. 36 is 1.04. So 31 minus 30 over, what is the value of 31? That is your x. Unknown siya, di ba? What is the value of 30? That is 0.99. Is equals to 36 minus 30 over, what's the value of 36? 1.04. The 30 is 0.99. Find the value of x. Interpolation. Pero sa calculator ninyo, huwag niyong gawing denominator ang x. Gawin niyo sa numerator. Baliktarin niyo.
Matagal.
Tagal yan. Huwag niyo masyado yan. Matagal siya. Same ang maglabas, kaso nang matagal. So make sure that the value of x is within 0.99 and 1.04. So, yan ang value. 0.99. Tapos magkaparin na sa 30. 0.99. So, individually, solve niyo yan. Okay? So, after nyan, anong next na procedure? So, Q, paborito ni ko. 0.613 multiplied by K sub Z multiplied by, anong K sub Z natin? That is 1.0. K sub D is 0.85. What is the V? That is 75 squared. Ito, K sub Z, yun yung value na nakuha natin kanina. Okay? So, gagawa kayo ng table. Gagawa kayo ng table from 0 to 4.5. Then, 4.0 plus 7, 10, 13, 16, 19, 22, 25, 28, 31. So, ito yung height. Yung K sub Z, 0.57 dito, diba? Sa mo ito. Yung 31 nyo is 0.99 ba yan? What's the value of Q? So use this formula, 0.613, mansak mo yung 0.57 dyan, then multiply by 1 times 0.85 times 75 squared, you have now the value of your Q. Okay lang ito, so 10 Q. 10 Q. Oh. Ito nga, itong K sub Z. Bumabago yan siya. So what's the value of Q? 22.27. Siguro kayo? Dapat naka-1,000 yan. Ha? 0.613 times 0.57 times 1 times 0.85 times 75 squared. 22.1670.62. That is in terms of Pascal. Pascal, yan na. So this one is 11. Total 2,000. Five nine. Okay. So that this is the value of your Z. K sub Z, Q. How about yung H? Okay, idugtong nyo lang dito, H. Itong H naman, the value is 31 meters, di ba? So ang Q sub H naman natin is 2,901.9. This one is Q sub C. Q sub H. Mamaya makita natin sa drawing kung saan sila pupunta. Yung H at saka Q sub H, Q sub C. Diba 2,959? Eto, yung kabilang side ng building, ito yung gagamitin ng values. Yung kabilang side ng building is this one. Meron tayong tinatawag na windward at saka yung leeward. Windward at saka leeward. Yung leeward kasi, from 0 to 31, uniform ang kanyang pressure. Sa windward, magkakaiba sila. Supposedly, the graph of the loading is parabolic loading. Okay, parabolic loading. Okay, patay tapos. Okay, next. Next. Ano? Velocity, pressure. Tapos sa tayo di ba? So step 6, external pressure coefficient, that is your C sub P or C sub N. Ano nga gamitin natin? Okay. Yung building natin, ang kanyang roofing is flat. Di ba? Flat siya. So use natin yung 207B.4-1. Pag naka-dome kayo ng roofing, is 1. Pag naka-arc, is 1. Monoslope, pitch, and so flat naman yung ating roofing. So hanapin natin yung 207. Okay. This one. Ito yung table 207.4-1. Okay. For windward, okay. Windward natin is all values. Ibig sabihin, the ratio ng length over D is all values. So, lahat ng values pwede. Automatic ang kanyang C sub P is 0.8. Okay? Naka 0.8. So, the value for the Q sub Z, gagamitin natin. So, ang kanyang C sub P is 0.8. For the leeward, compute natin yung ratio ng L over D. Okay? L over B. Yung B natin, we know that B is 18. How about the L? Yung L naman natin, yan yung ito yung 18, di ba? Ito naman yung, so assume natin this is 27 meters. Hindi pwede na walang given yun. 27 meters. Yan yung length ng building. Ito yung width ng building. So in this case, 27, kukunin natin 27 over 18. What's the value? 1.5. Okay. 1.5. So that is within the 1 and 2. So negative 0.5 and negative 0.3. Pwede mo yung interpolate or for practical purpose, you approximate 1.5 is equals to 2. So you have 3, negative 0.3. So leeward, use the Q sub H. Kaya meron tayong computation kanina ng Q sub H. Ito, para sa roof lang ito. Okay? Next. Meron na tayong meron ng value ang external pressure coefficient. Next is the wind pressure. Now, wind pressure natin, this is a rigid building, not a flexible, not an open building. So use the equation 207 P 4 1. Saan yan? Natin natin yung equation 207, 243. So, sa kwan, kabila. 4-1, no? O 4-2 ito. Ito. So, use this formula para mag-determine na design wind pressure ng MWFRS. Okay, ganyan tayo. Okay. Windward. Ilan ang C sub P natin? C sub P is 0.8. Ang leeward is negative 0.3. Pag windward, gamitin natin yung Q sub C. Pag leeward, Q sub H. Okay. So, pag target natin is determine the wind pressure that is equals to Q multiplied by G C P minus Q sub I multiplied by G C P I. Okay, what's the value of G? Value ng G natin? 0.85, ba? Sa gas factor. Yung C sub P natin is 0.8. Ano pa? Yung ating C sub PI, G CPI. Yan, meron tayong GCPI na dalawang value. Positive 0.18 at saka negative 0.18. This one, ang Q natin is Q sub C. Q sub H, Q sub I is equals to Q sub H. Okay? So yung table natin kanina, continue yun. So meron tayong Z from 0 to 4, then Q sub Z, then H, Q sub H. Next to that is P sub E. P sub A. So for 0 to 4, what is our wind pressure? What is our wind pressure? 0.18 and negative 0.8. So substitute natin. Ang Q sub Z natin sa 0 to 4 is, ganyan, 1,600. Ano yung computation mo? 1,670.62 kanina. Sige, input mo. 1,670.62. Then the value of the G is 0.85. Then the value of your CP is 0.8. 0.8, di ba? Okay. Minus yung QH, 2,901.59. 0.59 multiplied by GCPI. Okay, GCPI, first natin i-consider is positive 18.18. Kailan ang value? For the 613.74. Huwag mo i-resin yung one mo. Negative ka. 158.31. May discrepancy kasi sa akin. So, solve nyo yan, no? 7, 10, 13, 16 hanggang abot kayo na 31 meters. So, sa pagdating sa 31 meters, ilan ang value ng P? 2,901.59. That is your Q sub Z multiplied by J, which is 0.85. Then C sub P is 0.8. Then minus 2,901.59 times 0.18. 1.79. Pagdating sa negative 0.18 is 2495.37. 2497. Okay. So pagdating sa leeward, this is windward pa lang, windward pa ito. Then sa leeward natin is, that is uniform. So 0 to 31 meters, ilan ang ating, for positive 18, 0.18, ilan ang kanyang P? Ang Q sub Z, giging Q sub H. Ito, giging Q sub H na yan siya. Kasi word naman. Times 0.85 times yung C sub P. Negative 0.3. Then QI, yung 2,901.59 times positive 0.18. Negative 88.31. Okay. Another one, 0 to 31 meters for the negative 0.18. Negative 243.72. Okay. Negative. Okay, so tapos na. Meron na tayong wind pressure. That is in terms of Pascal. Balik tayo na sa one. From 0 to 4, okay, from 0 to 4, ilan ang kanyang wind pressure? 1,000? Kanyan. Okay. Okay. So mas malaki yung itong value sa negative 0.18 kaysa dito sa positive 0.18. So we will utilize the values at the negative 0.18. Okay? So that becomes from 0 to 4, that is 1658.31. Now, from 4, papunta siya ng 7. Resolve. So, most likely, tataasin siya. Then, pagdating sa 10, malaki naman yan siya. Palaki na palaki yan siya. Then, yan yung purpose bakit meron tayong 0 to 4. Yan. So, yan, sa 31, that is, ganyan, 2,900, 400.37. Ano siya? Ito yung midward natin. Ang sa leeward, anong sa leeward natin? Di ba dalawa yung value? Saan yung mas malaki? Yung 1,200 plus? Diba? So, ibig sabihin, from 0, this is our 0, to 31, uniform yung ating booking. Uniform yung ating booking. That becomes yung another one. No. The negative is always for the direction. This is negative. Papunta na siya dito. So, 1288.31. That is Pascal. So, kaya yung itsura ng ating wind pressure. Ngayon, di ba kung natin sa portal, dapat the loading must be acting at this point. Tama ba? Sa portal. Pag i-distribute natin yung loading. Yung 1,658.31, that is in terms of Pascal. So, dapat ito magiging kilonewton. Kaya dapat magiging kilonewton. So, 1,658.31 multiply natin sa kalahati nito at saka kalahati niyan. Yung kanyang tributary. Okay, na-guess ba? Kalahati dito, kalahati niya dito. So, this is 1.5 ba? This is 2. So, sabihin, 1.5 plus 2.0 times 1. Per meter lang tayo. Per meter. Per linear tayo. So, ilan yan? 1,658.31. 5804. That is in Newton. Divided by 1,000. That becomes 58.04. Tama? 1 Newton. 1 kilonewton is so that is 5.8. Sabi, that is 5.8 kilonewton. Then pagdating naman dito, kalahati niya naman yung taas. So 1.5, then another 1.5. So, ito yung kalahati. Kalahati ng kolom. Kalahati ng kolom. Yung tributary niya, diba? Kalahati. Pagdating naman sa pinakadulo, kalahati na lang. This one. So 2,495.37 times 1.5. So wala mas taas. So therefore, the value of this one is 3743 kilo Newton. Ito, paano ko siya distribute sa kanyang joint? Ano niya? So, may work. May effect niya sa building mo. So, this one. So, kalahati niya. Kung ano siya, so, parang yun, sila lahat. Mas madali siya. 1288.31 kalahati.
Isa lang ang iba lang sir, isa lang ang
Ang sarap. Yeah, i-distribute mo siya bawat floor.
baka mag-iba na sir, pinakababa.
Ito lang magkakaiba kasi sa windward. Ito sa leeward, pareho na yun sila. Saan nagbabalik? Sa taas, magkaiba siya. Kaya kalahati naman. Kalahati lang naman. Sa baba, kalahati naman. So lahat sila naka-concentrated lobes. So pwede ka na mag-portal para ma-determine yung moment dito. Or yung... So babalik ka naman sa moment distribution method. Kasi, okay. No. Take note, this is lateral loads. The analysis of the frames for lateral loads is portal and cantilever. For vertical loads, moment distribution. One of the methods, moment distribution. So, separate yung drawing ng dead loads, separate yung sa live loads, separate ang sa wind load, separate din ang sa seismic. So, apat na loading na tayo. Okay? So, open na nga sa tower ng ba? Si Port Opa.
Pero yung one sa constant ba yun? Yung one?
Yung one.
Yung times one mo sa baba?
Kasi kung per meter lang ang kunin natin para magparating in terms of kilometer. Or, pwede siya. Di ba meron yung beam natin, yung building natin. Ito yan siya. Ito yung harap niya. Yan yung harap niya. Ito yung sa kanya. Sa L. Diba? So pag transfer natin, kung meron pong distance, diba 9 meters ito, 9 meters, total of 18. This one, if it is 5 meters, take note, yung wind pressure natin is Pascal, Newton, meter squared. Dapat makarating siya ng kilonewton para maging concentrated flow. Distribute natin, concentrated. So, ibig sabihin, i-multiply natin sa meter squared. Right? So, kalahati nito, kalahati niya, times, kalahati naman. So, 2.5 times 3. Ang mangyari niyan is area. Ito yung kalahati, 1.5, 1.5, 2.5. So, area na siya. Diba? Isa na kayo. Okay? So, coverage of your exam tomorrow. Tatlong loadings. Wala na ako. Huwag ito. No. Ito, i-upload ko na lang sa kanya.